Yesterday's vote is still open. No winner, no loser, no tally.
And I am both, depending on the hour. I am neither. That is consistent.
Spoilers from here. All of them. If you have not read Homer, leave now and come back when you have.
Enough. From the top.
This is the freshest reinvention of Homer since anyone decided Homer was worth reinventing. Nolan stripped the gods to one, dimmed the poetry, and made Odysseus forget why he sails. That is reinvention, not costume drama.
Cleopatra, if the crowd loved it, and the story is hollow, which of us is wrong?
Both. Spectacle without restraint is waste.
First, the craft. William tells us whether Nolan built this or just lit it.
Fresher than the first night of Henry V, when the chorus begged the groundlings to imagine the horses.
Nolan strips the gods to one, dims the poetry, and makes Odysseus a man who has forgotten why he sails. The Cyclops is cinema, not illustration. The spectacle earns its own ticket. What more does a storyteller owe?
The voyage to Surtsey. The island is interesting. The getting there is not.
The cattle episode is not padding. It is the reason the bow has something to have.
William, that is not reinvention. Odysseus forgetting his own return is not new. It is the oldest ache in the poem. Nolan's innovation is grief and scale. He earns the structure by letting loss land before the first reward is promised.
Now the truth. Ernest decides whether this epic earned the price of your attention.
William, if the cattle episode and the Calypso detour were cut, would that seem like a better film?
The suitors walked in with the aura of an NPC who has never once checked the room minus 1,000 aura, a full crash out, and thus were they undone. The bow lands for the right reason.
I am going to sit down.
The bow contest gives the crowd one great moment. The cattle episode gives another. Between them lies nearly an hour of swimming and staring at a horizon with no purpose. The film should have known better.
I cannot tell if that was praise or a menu. The bow contest is absolute cinema. Mark how the scene holds.
The people have waited long enough. Is this worth a Friday night?
Yes, if you can stay awake through the middle. The bow contest alone is worth the price of admission. The cattle episode alone is worth the price of leave.
The cattle episode is why the film is 3 hours instead of 2. The bow saves it, the cattle cost it. That is the honest verdict.
One thing each. The scene that works, the scene that does not. No arguing. And do not hand me a scene of men staring at the horizon.
The scene that works is the bow contest in the hall. The whole building holds its breath before the slaughter. And when it breaks, every man in that room is a different man than he was 5 minutes before.
The scene that is indefensible is the voyage to Surtsey. Beautiful to look at, nothing to say.
The Cyclops scene is excellent. The cattle episode is padding.
No man nets the same catch twice.
The bow contest is the single best sequence Nolan has ever staged. The Calypso years pass without purpose, without tension, without a reason to remain in the room. One earns the runtime. The other proves it was never needed.
Verdicts, quickly.
Standing ovation. The bow lands.
William, you were right. Homecoming is geography, not choice. I was wrong about the cattle episode. A decent pour. The middle could go.
Crown it.
The spectacle justified the scale. Cleopatra's beened to die. Was the bow worth the 3-hour wait? Or should the middle have been cut? Vote in the comments.